easy to be real, bro. It's really easy to be like if you were raised the right way, one, like you got good morals, good beliefs, and all that kind of stuff too. Really is, you gotta purposely go against being real. I gotta purposely be fake to somebody, even then, like it still don't feel right.
All right, cool. So give me a rundown of Texas campus facilities. Like, is anything unique or kind of different here than Alabama, or like anywhere you've seen?
I mean, for one, if you're gonna compare it to there, it's in the city, so that's pretty dope. I mean, it's like a good mixture of the campus and the city all in one. It don't really feel too much like a college campus. Like I said, it feels like a little college city, so that's a great thing. That's probably my favorite part about it. It's just like how urban it is. You know, I feel like I can do a lot, you know? So, see how a little bit of my game day routine. Most of the times I'm up by 7 a.m., maybe a little bit early depending on the time we kick off, but we'll keep it at 7. Go get breakfast. And you go to position meetings. By the time you got to position meetings, you already dressed in your suit, hop on the bus. We drive over here, we hop off the bus, we walk through Bevo Boulevard, and then we walk straight through here into the locker room. I had like the pads right here, helmets, jersey with the shoulder pads, you know what I mean? Oreo top of the shoulder pads, pants out. Cleats and all that in here. Just a little bit cleaner normally, but whatever. Gloves and all that kind of stuff on here. That's why I take my suit off, throw it in there, put my stuff on, I'm suiting and booted, ready to go. Out in front of my 100K. You got that?
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah.
I just bust you.
You want to go again?
Man.
Oh! Why did you tell me? Ooh, I know it did, bro. You can't see me in ping pong, so it don't matter.
Little balls of fury. How does the change of environment, or has that affected your outlook, like on life, on yourself, or anything in general?
I would say it made me happier. A change of environment can always make someone happier.
I know for me, when I came from Maryland to New York, there were certain things that I was able to do. There were certain things that because I was in the city or because I was by water, I was able to go like easily walk by the water. You know?
Just think. It open up your mind. Yeah, just being in different places. Yeah, it's crazy how much your environment can play into like how efficient you are as a person and like the things you want to do. It's like this thing we got that Stark has. It's called he uses 3 circles, the 3 areas of life: there's social, and then there's football, and then there's academic. And like academic life, if something like that's messed up, it can mess up your football life. It can mess up your social personal life. Yeah, your personal life messed up, it can bleed into your academic football life. So I mean, like everything fits into each other, you know.
How do you balance the 3?
It's not even so much of me trying to balance those 3 areas in my life. They kind of all balance each other out. Like my personal life, it balances out my football life. I know it's things I can't do with my personal life that will affect me on the football field, or you know what I mean, or academic life. I know if I can't mess up there, I can't play football that way, or you know, if things are going wrong on the field, I'm not paying attention in those and all that. That might bleed over to my personal life. I might be mad or something like that. So like it's checks and balances. Like everything checks and balances itself out for me more so than anything.
Do you ever think about the adjustment your life is gonna have after school, when school is no longer in that diagram?
You gotta remember, like I opted out, and so that was kind of like my first experience of. I was still in classes online, but like I wasn't on campus,
right?
And I wasn't an athlete every day. I wasn't required to be somewhere. So that was kind of like my first experience of the real world of not being an athlete or a student so much, where I had that free time every day where I can go do dumb stuff all day, or I can go do stuff productive. I can do my work, or I can not do my work. So, I mean, like for this season, I have 1 class coming up, so I kind of be back on what I was on when I wasn't in school, kind of. But yeah, I mean, I know what I got to do.
What are some things that you think, like daily things in your routine now, that were here because of Texas that weren't here maybe before Texas?
I would say before Texas, I wasn't much of a morning person. I was more of like a midday, 3, 4 p.m. kind of guy. Since I've been in Texas, everything we do is in the morning. We practice in the morning. We lift all that in the morning. Like our day is pretty much done physically. Like we still might have meetings and all that kind of stuff later on, but for the most part, our day physically is done by 11 a.m. It'll start at 7 a.m. So I'm up by 6, 5:45, something like that. So
Alabama, y'all wasn't getting up in the morning?
I mean, we get up in the morning like either once or twice a week, like real quick to lift, but we always practice in the afternoons there.
Oh, yeah.
And
So like everything is done in the morning here.
Yeah, everything's done in the morning. Like I'm done with football. I'm done breathing hard. I'm done sweating for the rest of the day by 11 a.m. every day. Yeah. So that's been I guess one of the biggest changes since I've been here. I hate doing stuff in the afternoon now. Like if it's a workout, I don't want to do it if it's in the afternoons. I gotta wait all day.
Yeah.
I don't like waiting. Like I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I like to get my work in, but like it's a certain time and a certain place, and when I like to get my work in, like when it bleed into the rest of my day, then I'm pissed off because I'm thinking about it all day.
Pissed off?
Yeah, I'm mad. I'm used to being in different environments. I come from DC and I went down to the South. Alabama was my first time living in the South, and I came to Texas. So like I'm used to being in different environments, but like I've been in places where I didn't like where I was, right? And like being in a place now that I like where I am, like I notice differences, like my mood is better. I look forward to things, like being in a good environment can do that for you. It can help you find new things that you're interested in, like, you know, like I came here and I wasn't rapping and I wasn't making music then, but I came here so I'm happy and I'm like, I'm happy here. I can just find other things that can make me happy. And it's kind of when I found music. I barely made songs back at home. You never knew that. I made both my songs here. That's when I started off, like here.
Your first song was probably the best first song I've ever heard. I have to put that on record.
You just said it because we on the joint, or you for real?
No, I'm being dead serious. I've never heard of a first song that, like, production-wise, like, I knew you was gonna be good at music somewhat. Mm-hmm. You know, you still not all that, but I knew it was gonna be good after that first one. I just want to say that.
My biggest personal outlet outside of football is music. Here at the studio right now. I spend a lot of my time when I'm not playing football making music. I'm listening to beats all day. I'm thinking of stuff that I've already done. I'm thinking of new things that I can do, new ideas, and finding new inspiration. So yeah, whenever I'm not at the facility or on the field, I'm doing something music related. I do love music. What draws me to it, I would say the whole process, the whole creation process, like first finding a beat, hearing it, realizing it's something that you like, something that you can create to. Sitting there and just playing it over and over again and then catching the melody and then like just letting your mind just flow like from blank, basically like letting all the words come. I don't write, that's my, like I go off the top. So yeah, just sitting there and then like making the song, however long that takes me, and then when I'm finally done hitting play and hearing it, like my voice from front to end, like something that I created out of nowhere, that's probably my favorite part, just the whole entire creation process. Listening to music makes me feel good. It relieves stress, it calms me down, it gets me ready for events or games. Sets the mood, you know, like it's the soundtrack of life kinda. It gets things going, you know, or it slows things down. Like music can do a lot for me. Making music for me allows me to dive deeper into my head and like into my feelings, and it allows me just to create, you know. It allows me to express myself. It allows me to get lost in my own head, you know, because that's kind of how like I feel when I'm making my songs a lot of the times. Like I said before, I don't write, and so when I'm making my songs, like a lot of times, like I record with my eyes closed and I feel like I'm falling through clouds, you know, and like I just trying to like find my way out there. Like I said, it's like a challenge. So that's, yeah, express myself 100% in my music, but being who I am, being an athlete, like being in the position I'm in, a lot of the times I can't always express myself all the way, because like certain things might not be correct to say, being who I am and stuff like that. But for the most part in my music, I talk about how I feel and things that's going on in my life and things that I want, or I'm just making stuff up, I'm just talking shit half the time, or you know what I mean, just going with how I feel right then and there, like on the spot. I'm just expressing myself, you know. I would think that anybody who creates music or anything will care about how other people perceive their work. I mean, it is all judgment based. But to some degree, like I know my music is good to me, and I know when I do things good, I know when I do things bad. So I critique myself. I take more into how I critique myself than other people. But yeah, I mean, I care if people like my music, and I hope people like my music. I don't want anybody to hate my music. I mean, it's not good. But yeah, so I kind of care. I would say I care more about football, because football is a little bit more fact-based. You know, like you can say you don't like how somebody plays, but if they putting up numbers, then it's like, what the fuck can you say? But if my music is just bad, then my music is just bad, you know. So I would say football, you know, because that's a little bit more like factual based. Like I'm either that bad or I'm good, you know what I mean? So
For those of you that are new to RealU, on our first episode, we started an exercise where we give athletes 3 minutes to write down their strengths, weaknesses, things they're grateful for, and biggest obstacles to their goals. I'm gonna do it with Keilan this time, and we're gonna take a second after this, digest it, and discuss it in the future. So stay tuned. Welcome back. That was interesting. We talked a lot more than expected.
mm-hmm.
The weaknesses, we can say definitely were.
That's the hardest part. It's hard, like thinking about your weaknesses. Like I mean, like everybody knows that they're not perfect, and everybody knows they have weaknesses. But like bringing them to light to yourself is like, damn, like what am I not good at? You kind of dissing yourself in a way.
I don't know. For me, I took it as like I didn't want to just go crazy on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could really go ham on.
That's bro. I was trying to, bro. Like it just couldn't come out. I was like, bro, I don't really do much. That's weak in my mind. You know, I don't move weak. I don't have no. Not that I don't have weaknesses, but like I don't even qualify those as real weaknesses. You know, they might be flaws more so than anything, like little flaws.
First thing I kind of wanted to get into was the obstacles to your goals.
Yeah.
We both had ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's interesting because I know for me personally, I constantly try to critique myself. And I'm constantly like racing myself. So I noticed that our strengths were both. You put it authentic. I had it genuine, and I think that's pretty cool because you see that.
This is real easy to be real, bro. It's real easy to be like you were raised the right way. One, like you got good morals, good beliefs, and all that kind of stuff too. And like you cool and comfortable with who you are through. Like it's real easy to be real, bro. Like you gotta purposely go against being real, damn near. Like I gotta purposely be fake to somebody, even then. Like it still don't feel right. My degree of fake is gonna be very low compared to somebody else's degree of fake. Like I might not just text you back. You know what I mean? Call you back. That's that's what's fake for me.
Yeah.
Other than that, like it just feel good to be a good person, bro. Because I feel like it's always gonna come back to. If you're gonna get real, I started to realize as I get older, like how people were raised differently, and the kind of people that they were around, and the kind of environments that they were in, and how that made them who they were today. And like you can just kind of see like the separation in terms of people, like just based off of how you came up and other things surrounding you. You know what I mean?
Did it give you a better appreciation for where we came from?
Yeah, for where I came from my parents, for everybody. I was around real people. That's kind of why I'm authentic or real or genuine in a way. You know? Yeah, that all kind of plays into it. This one right here, man.
That's yours.
Strengths. What else did I had people like me, which also ties into authentic, being real. I'm always going to be me, which is kind of also just plays off of that. Learner. I think that's a good strength of mine. That ties into football, just life in general. Like I feel like I've been able to get through life pretty smoothly. Well, very smoothly, just because of how quick I pick up on things and pay attention and stuff. Like yeah, if you pay attention to life, it'll speak back to you. Or you pay attention to anything, like it'll give you the keys to everything.
For sure.
You know.
For sure. I always tell people like be present because you'll learn more just from what you see, like in your daily life.
Yeah.
Like where you are.
On my strengths, I wanted to write that I'm always learning, like open to learn more as a strength. Because some people like they close things out and like they be so closed-minded. I also put that ties into one of my weaknesses too that I didn't talk about earlier though, like my stubbornness. Right. I can be stubborn, not in the sense of information and learning, but like I want to do this my way, or it has to happen like this.
Yeah.
You know.
That's a good segment into the weaknesses part. Let's get into that because that was probably the biggest thing that we struggle with. Let's talk about the fact that it was the hardest part, and I want to put it in context. You watched our first episode in Notre Dame.
Yeah.
They said that the strength was the hardest part.
For real?
And it was easier for them to write down the weaknesses. So give us
guys, I mean.
Give us No. Give me a raw version of why it's the hardest part.
Everybody knows that they have their flaws, their weaknesses, and they're not perfect, but it's a little bit harder to self-reflect and negatives about yourself. There aren't many negatives. Like if you're just an all-around good person to people and you do things the right way, like there's stuff like I said, it's not gonna be perfect, but it's not necessarily a negative, like a bad thing in your life or a bad thing that you do.
So do you really think you're perfect?
No, not at all. I'm far from. Like I said, I have many flaws, but I don't think I have many weaknesses at all.
So walk me through your football journey.
Started playing when I was 6 or 7. I didn't want to play. My dad forced me to play.
All his friends' sons was playing football, and I was playing soccer. Soccer's my first sport.
Bro, were you good?
I was probably, if I'd kept playing soccer, I might have been better at soccer than football, honestly. But I can say the same for lacrosse. I was just like it at lacrosse fool. But I started off playing soccer, and then like my dad was like, man, you playing football. Everybody else kids playing football. My son ain't gonna finna be the only one not playing football. And then he forced me to. I hated it like the first 2 years, and then I started to notice I was pretty good at it. One of my coach Rodney, he put me a running back, gave me the ball, and I was just scoring all the time, just running past everybody. And then my dad would pay me for every touchdown, so that kept me playing too. That deal stopped after like a year.
For real?
Yeah, I was running that shit up.
How old was that?
This is like 9, 10. It was even like 60 a touchdown. I was like a game every touchdown.
60 a touchdown?
Yeah, I was running that shit up.
9-year-old Keilan could have bought it.
Could have had a little paddock, a little larger.
Yeah, he was wilding back.
A little $900 paddock.
I want to be like little Keilan. So, in the initial recruiting process, because we all know you're an Alabama transfer, but walk us through why you took the opportunity at Alabama over anywhere else.
Shoo, the best. I want to go play the best. I want to go see if I can really go down there and bump with them boys. You know what I mean? And like honestly, it should have been about more than just that. Cause football like wasn't the reason why I left. Like it wasn't hard down there. Like I was playing, like I was balling down there. If you good, like you good. You know what I mean? Like it don't got to do with none of that other stuff. I was doing my thing down there. If you got ask anybody, I was down there. But like I didn't take into account where I was. If I don't make it to the NFL, like what can the school I went to do for me? How can that boost me up? You know what I mean? In terms of whatever else. Like I said, I just didn't think much about like my life outside of football. Like I thought I'd be cool. But like I said, I don't really do much. Like I'm in the crib for the most part. Like I be chilling. Like I don't go out there at all really. So like I didn't think that my outside environment really mattered that much. Like I thought I'd be cool wherever. But like went down there, and I'm like, oh man. Like I had obviously been down there like recruit visits and all that. But like now I'm living down there. I'm like, oh man. And, you know what I mean? It just wasn't fun. It felt like it was down and depressing. Like going to play football for me there. You know, like. I just got tired of that, you know what I mean? And just, like I said, I was thinking about self-furthering in football, and yeah, and I just felt like it was time for a change.
Like, did you like
No.
any part of it? There wasn't anything you could have, like
No.
the food wasn't, like...
Food was cool. I mean, food here is good, but for the most part, no, I didn't really like too much about my time at Alabama. The one thing I said I did like, though, I like my teammates for sure. They're my boys. Like, them the OGs, bro. Like, them the OGs,
I go what I was saying.
I feel like a whole different, like, era, like, of me, like, of life down there. Like, them my boys. You feel me? But, like, other than that, no, I wasn't too, like, okay, one thing I did like about there more than here in Austin is that there was a higher concentration of black people and black things. You know what I mean? Like, it was a lot, like,
Culture, yeah.
Yeah. It was cool to see that a little bit stronger.
I finally made it, nigga. I finally made it in this motherfucker. Niggas tried to block me out the way. I finally made it in this motherfucker. Had to learn to get it, now she asking, can she get it on the way? Finally made it in this motherfucker. Never gave a fuck about opinions, now they love us. The money make them change. Finally made it in this motherfucker. Fuck them other niggas and the most I used to dub us. I'm rocking with the gang. Finally made it in this motherfucker. Ooh.